Cade Povich strikes out 8 as the 5th starter for the Orioles and hangs in there. But we get bad injury news on Colton Cowser. Hello, everybody. I'm Jon Leiberman. This is Orioles Digest. Lots of news coming up. We're going to start with the not-so-good news with Colton Cowser's injury. Then we're going to get to the Orioles home opener, which is basically the blueprint of how I believe the Birds will win this year. You'll probably get a short start from your starting pitcher, by and large, an amazing performance from your bullpen, and your bats will go crazy. And that today resulted in an 8-5 Birds victory. I think there's going to be a lot of games like that for the Orioles. Again, please like, subscribe, do all of the things here on Orioles Digest because we are with you all season. And the Birds, who are now 3-2 on the season, are proving to be a pretty interesting and exciting team. But unfortunately, we have to start with the bad news, and that is, you probably saw this earlier. This is Colton Cowser. Where's Colton's video? Doesn't want to come up. But you probably realize Colton Cowser tried to slide into first base in yesterday's game. He came in with his left thumb extended on the bag. He broke his left thumb, and we did find out today from Brandon Hyde that Colton Cowser will go on the IL, and he's not expected to be back for at least 6 to 8 weeks. So Colton Cowser on the DL for 6 to 8 weeks. And as we've reported, it leaves you with options in the outfield, although certainly not what the Orioles were hoping for. You have Ramon Laureano. You have all of these options in the outfield. Dylan Carlson gets called up from AAA. Heston Kjerstad is around. Cedric Mullins, who had a day today. We're going to get to that in a moment, but Ced also an option. So these 4 guys are the guys that are in some way, shape, or form going to have to cover for Colton Cowser while he is out with his injury. So again, Cowser out 6 to 8 weeks, not the best scenario in the world, and not certainly anything that the Orioles were expecting or hoping for. Also on the injury front, the Orioles do expect Gunnar Henderson to be ready on Thursday to come off of the IL. It's unclear if he'll actually play Thursday. Some speculation that he needs to get some more reps, but we will see about that. Let's get to the game today and the highlights. And Cade Povich, right? Your number 5 starter. Did he have the best of days? No, he did not. He allowed 3 runs in 4 1/3 innings, but he struck out 8. Let's take a look at one of those strikeouts here for a second. Here's Cade. Oh, beautiful. A work of art. Just froze him there. Let's take a look at that one more time. The lefty Cade Povich fanning 8, going 4 1/3, 3 runs, 8 Ks. Look, he kept the Birds in it. And sometimes that's what you need your 5th starter to do. You need your 5th starter to keep you in the ball game, and that is what he did. He then turned it over to the bullpen, who threw 4 2/3 innings of outstanding ball until Félix Bautista came in the 9th. But you had Matt Bowman, you had Sir Anthony Dominguez, who actually got the win, Keegan Aiken, you had Yennier Cano. They all blanked Boston in relief. And then Félix Bautista, huge ovation came in. He got into a little bit of trouble. He allowed 2 runs, but he faced Alex Bregman with the tying run, with 2 men on, and he ended up getting Bregman to pop out. So it could have been a lot worse. Many of us holding our breath. For those of you as old as me, you'll remember Rolaids. So had to take a few Rolaids there to hold your breath for Félix. But again, also, the Orioles ended up hitting with runners in scoring position today. That was the Achilles heel in the Toronto series. Was in the 2 losses, they were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Today, a much better clip, only stranding 6 all day and getting 6 hits with runners in scoring position. So definitely a huge improvement from the Toronto series in those 2 losses. So the Birds at 3-2. A couple other kind of notables today. Cedric Mullins getting a standing ovation. Cedric had a great day. 4 runs batted in, leads the club in RBIs. You also had Tyler O'Neill bashing his old team. Tyler O'Neill had 4 hits. As I mentioned, you're looking at Ced. He doubled twice. He now has 10 RBIs through 5 games. So Ced is absolutely setting it on fire. Again, Tyler O'Neill looked good as well, bashing his old club. So where are we? What do we know about the Birds? 5 games into the season, a split in Toronto, and they've taken the first game with the Sox. Tomorrow's a day off, and then we get back to Zach Eflin. Well, what we know is pretty much what we figured we would know. The pitching is uneven. Cade Povich, Cade 8 today, but still didn't go deep into the game. The starting pitching is uneven. I give it a C+ at the moment. The bullpen has been outstanding. A- at the moment. The offense, by and large, has been explosive. I give the offense a B only because in the 2 losses, the offense was missing in action. But another big takeaway for early in the year is, how are the Orioles going to cover for these injuries now? As I said, Colton Cowser out 6 to 8 weeks. We hope to get Gunnar back. Grayson is going to be at least another month or 2. The Orioles continuing to add pitching depth. I told you about the addition of Cody Poteet for more pitching depth, especially Grayson is out. Albert Suarez is out. So now Poteet has been picked up. Small sample size of his work here. You also have Kyle Gibson down in AAA as well. So again, the big headline, of course, a big offensive day for the Birds. Colton Cowser on the IL. This is Orioles Digest. I'm Jon Leiberman. We'll see you next time.